In your vote 2024, Attorney General Todd Rokita now has at least one challenger in his bid for another term.
Destiny Wells says she will seek the Democratic Party's nomination for Attorney General. News 8's government reporter Garrett Bergquist is here to tell us why this name might sound familiar. Garrett?
Well, you might remember Wells' campaign for Secretary of State in 2022. Wells is a former Deputy Attorney General. She served under former Republican Attorney General Curtis Hill. And she says one of her biggest priorities is restoring high ethical standards to that office. Wells says Indiana needs an attorney general who spends their day working for Hoosiers rather than chasing headlines.
If it's a pipeline in Montana, Indiana is on it. If it is a climate bill out of California, Indiana is on it. If it is the border crisis in Texas, not only is Indiana on it, but the Indiana Attorney General is physically there. We are everywhere but here.
Wells specifically criticizes Rokita for his investigation of Dr. Caitlin Bernard. Bernard is the doctor who performed an abortion on a 10-year-old rape victim from Ohio. The Indiana Supreme Court reprimanded Rokita for his public comments on Bernard. Wells says she'll prioritize medical privacy.
Whether he is using that power, it's much like the subpoena power against hospital corporations. And so what I would intend to do is to not exercise the authority of the office in that way. It is not supposed to be an overzealous witch hunt.
Both Rokita and his predecessor, Curtis Hill, were reprimanded for their conduct in office. Wells says she would strictly follow the office's rules of conduct and expect employees to do the same. Wells faces an uphill battle. She took home just 40% of the vote in last year's Secretary of State election. State campaign finance records show Todd Rokita's campaign currently has nearly $900,000 on hand. Wells says she hopes to take advantage of the higher turnout presidential years bring.
Our team is already in place from last time, and we have set up that network throughout the state that we spent a lot of time establishing last year. So we're very well positioned, much better than we were when we kicked off the last campaign.
Indiana Republican Party Chair Anne Hathaway says time and again, Democrat Destiny Wells has used her leadership in the Indiana Democratic Party to try and push the radical Joe Biden agenda across the state. Indiana Republicans are looking forward to a robust campaign in which we will continue to support the rule of law and the Indiana Constitution. There are no primaries for statewide offices other than the governor. Democrats will pick their nominee at the state party convention next summer. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.